now I have a really long one side and a really short the other side because I made a mullet skirt. And this is not going to work. That's fine. Everything's fine. I am chaos. It's not the kind of energy we're bringing into 2022. What I want is I want something really comfy and warm. Like basically a comfy but for your legs. So I was thinking about doing like a like a walking skirt but with flannel and Sherpa to make it super warm, but I think the pleats plus all that extra fabric is just going to be a nightmare. So I am going to just do probably a half circle skirt, but I want it to come down to the floor, or close to the floor, because I want it to be like a blanket when I'm sitting down, because that is, you know, I'm homebound, might as well be comfortable. So we have just a basic half circle skirt, and then I think I might try and do, so have this out of flannel. I don't think I have enough Sherpa to do the whole thing in Sherpa, so I think I might do like a ruffle around the bottom out of the Sherpa and have that snap up here so that it is just a cute detail out of the way. But then when I want my feet to get warm and I'm sitting down, then it can unsnap and warm the footies. The other issue is I don't want to do like a waistband that has a lot of pressure on me, because I am just increasingly sensitive lately. Like, I don't like tight clothes. Sometimes I can't be bothered with tight clothes. I can't have them touching me, but it's winter and I need to be warm. So instead of doing a waistband, and also I'm currently losing like a pound or 2 a week, so I don't want to make something that's going to be instantly not wearable. And also I didn't measure it at my waist because my waist is pretty much my underbust. So then if I have something at my waist, then it's like waist, boobs right there. And I suppose as a look, I suppose I could just lean into the Swamp Witch granny vibe I have going on. Might as well. But my plan was to make it at about my navel, and then it's not, yeah, it's gonna basically be pinafore. I don't really want this to be that wide. And then I want a little panel here, not to be like a shirt and not quite to be an apron, mostly just to, so I don't have to have the waist be tight and I don't have to have a closure so much in the waist. Oh, well, I need a closure to get in and out of it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I need a way to get in and out, and I need a way to hold it so it's not painful. So I don't know if I will do a sweetheart. I've never tried to do a sweetheart neckline. Might just make it straight across for easy's sake. So here we'll probably build in some pockets, because what is life without a pocket? And if I'm doing a half circle skirt, it'll be hard to get a pocket into here, which I've never made a half circle skirt before, but I have done my own research. I've spent the morning looking at circle skirts on the internets, and I've done that before, but the reason why I haven't pulled the trigger and made a circle skirt is because I didn't think I had enough fabric. But recently I've gone through my old sheets and such, and I've got a giant king size sheet that we no longer have a use for because we upgraded our queen size bed to 2 twins. And it's been great, but it also means that we have some redundant things like queen size sheets and king size flat sheets. So I'm going to use my snaps to do these snaps here, just like that. But then on the back, another reason why I am adding the panel and not doing straight suspenders is I cannot handle things that go against my neck and like choke me out. I hate that. So I was thinking about making a little back panel so that it doesn't, so that it doesn't get too close to my neck and that it spreads the weight out. And I was also thinking about lining the straps with Sherpa just for that extra cushion so that I can wear that when I really just don't want to wear anything. But that's an easy thing to do. So next I need to get out my giant king size sheet and figure out where I'm going to cut it. So I know I need, I should probably have written down, I need 12, a radius. So yeah, we're going to have the sheet, we're going to have a fold here. Now we need a radius of 12 point, I should look it up, I think it was 12.45. So we'll do 12 and a half for that. And then, see, this is where it gets dicey because if regular fabric would not work for it. I want this long. I measured it, I think I had re-measure before I cut, but I measured it earlier and I think I've got like 31 inches to the floor. So it's gonna be a big old piece of fabric. Let's do it. I just re-measured and I think I need 36 inches and that should give me enough space to be able to walk without tripping over it. Maybe we'll do 35 just so that I can walk without tripping over it since we're going to add this big ruffle in anyway. This is, I have other soft tape somewhere. This is so beat up. In fact, I think this has actually like been melted right here. 35 inches here. Yeah, so because I have a giant sheet, normally like it would be about this, yeah, we'd be around here for the piece of fabric. So this would be cut here. So I think I'm just gonna go from that. I'm gonna do 12 and a half here. And then maybe see if I can rip that. I know that this rips pretty easily. That's why we have this sheet spare, because our fitted sheet has ripped. But I also really love this flannel, so I'm going to try and rip that. Where's my scissors? Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, so the reason why I never did a circle skirt before is because with the size of my waist, I wouldn't have enough fabric left for a long skirt on normal yardage. So that's why we're using a king size sheet, that when we have it and it's comfortable, and my sensory needs appreciate flannel. But then I just ripped this sheet in half and it was like a normal yardage, and now I have a really long one side and a really short the other side because I made a mullet skirt, and this is not going to work. So my plan is to take half of this. Where's the half mark? Because it should still be plenty wide here. Take half of this here, and then, yeah, just cut this down, and then use this as a pattern with the remainder of the fabric to cut out 2 more of these, and then I should still have the right waist size, and it'll be a gourd skirt instead of a circle skirt, and that's fine. Everything's fine. Let's do this. Okay. So another thing that would be good for me to do is like measure it out. And another thing that I'm not going to do is like measure it out. I am chaos. Okay. So now we have this. I mean, I think it's going to be a really swooshy skirt. Ah! Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have the weirdest hiccups in the world. So I think it's going to be a really swooshy skirt. And actually, since I'm going to have seams here, I don't think that I'll have enough fabric left to line it with the same stuff anyway. Might as well make some pockets. All right, so let's cut that out of this. Although, do I have enough? Is there a way for me to have enough? I think I maybe just folded it wrong. Let's see. If I folded you like this, how long would my skirt be? Oh yeah, see that? That would work, right? Right? Then how much work do we want to do? This is a really terrible soft tape. I should find one of the many other soft tapes. Okay. So yeah, that gives us plenty here. Now look, this looks pretty square. So I'm guessing we have enough here. So really I took the wrong side of the fabric when I ripped it. Is that what I did? Okay. So, you know how people are like, you should really measure stuff before you cut. Measure twice, cut once. Measure stuff before you cut. Measure twice, cut once. I'm once again asking you to measure before you cut. What I can do is I can use this guy. Should I use this as my front thing? Just make a really round one. Can you see? Cut into it. But first, we use this as a pattern for the waist. And cut this out. Okay, this is looking more reasonable. double check that it is. Oh, that is plenty wide. Plenty wide. Okay, so after seam allowance, it'll still be pretty loose, which is what I said I wanted, so we're going with it. Now I'm really worried that I mismeasured and it's still going to be too short. Okay. So we are... It's going to be really janky because it... let's see. Oh my gosh. This is so... Okay. So 35 is almost the bottom here. Okay. Where did my chalk go? Here's my chalk. But I feel, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll try this instead. I really don't want to be tripping over it. Okay, looks like this is gonna have to determine how long everything else is. So we're gonna, really? Yes. Okay. That's gonna be the length of our skirt. So, I'm gonna do something really dumb. I am going to try and accordion this up a little bit. This is really dumb. I should not do this. We have the skirt. It's a little bit loose. I mean, it's a lot of it loose. Yeah, I think I can probably, if I make it as big as it is, then I can get it on and off with just going over the hips, because these hips, they don't lie, but they don't have much to say. They are not thick. So we, at least not as thick as the rest of me. So, ooh. Okay. Now, as far as the back goes, maybe we will utilize these and ooh, I've got chalk. I can sketch things out. Have a chalk. So let's see. If it's gonna come to about here, and I want to make sure that it doesn't go up too far. So come to, okay. So we want this about 6 inches. Really? It just doesn't seem like very much. But I suppose, yeah. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna have to trim these a lot. I just want to make sure I have at least enough. So, ooh, I have about 20 inches of strap. Like that. Oh, you can't see this anymore. Okay. Another good opportunity to iron and pin and get things right. It's not the kind of energy we're bringing into 2022. think that'll work. Kind of look like pants, don't they? They look like, what were they called? Back when we had our child in diapers, when we did cloth diapering, there was a special kind of pants. They're really kind of ridiculous looking. They had like circle butt pants. They had like a circle in the butt, and then the legs you could roll up and down, and the waistband you could roll up and down, so it fit them for a really long time, and it fit over their huge cloth diaper butts. And it kind of reminds me of that. I think I might. Do I want to line this in some Sherpa and make it squishy and cozy? Or do I want to do it in flannel so it's not super heavy? But I still want to do a layer of Sherpa where the straps are. So do I just go ahead and make the whole thing Sherpa? Is that going to be too hot? Is that going to wreck my washing machine? It's going to wreck my washing machine. Okay, I vote figure out the front and then figure out how much fabric you have left over, because you might not have a choice. Okay, and then with this so with this I was gonna say I'm gonna get demonetized, but I'm not monetized, so I ain't never get monetized. Okay, so we have this this piece of fabric that's not at all suspicious looking. Will that work? Just the tip. I'm gonna flop the tip out for you. Just the tip. Just for a minute. Okay. So with, yeah, I think, yes. Yes. So we are going to use this, but we're gonna flip it upside down so that the widest part, try that again. Oh no! Okay. Oh no, why? Oh right, because it wasn't, oh my god! Do we have a tally going for all the stupid mistakes that I make because I just don't sit and think things through and look at what I have? That's not going to rip straight because it was cut at an angle. This is one of the gores. This is still, I think that this is going to be a little narrow, so not this piece of fabric. I could just utilize this seam, and then I'll have something nice and thick to put the snaps into. So maybe I will. And then maybe this is just one layer plus the pocket. So we're going to need to sew a pocket up somewhere, because we can't not have a pocket. What do you take me for? Okay, so I do still want this a little bit slanted. Oh, I have that beautiful song at the end of Encanto stuck in my head right now. The one that plays in the credits, and also like at the climax, the caterpillars one. So beautiful. If you have not seen Encanto yet, it's worth it. I mean, if you have Disney Plus, it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth going to see it in the theaters right now, because it's a good time to stay in your house. Okay. it down to here. Okay, so then we have the front here, and we're gonna turn that in. And then, what kind of pocket? What kind of pocket? Maybe I'll just do pockets. I think I'll do pockets maybe on the skirt so that they can be nice and big enough to fit a chicken in. I don't remember which one of the beautiful historical costumers mentioned that. They mentioned that like there's historical evidence that women had pockets big enough to fit a chicken in. And even though I would never fit a chicken in my pocket, because I love my chickens, but I do still have some residual fear of chickens. But also, I don't think they would enjoy that. And our chickens are definitely on the pet side of the equation, so gotta treat them right. Anyway, yeah, nice big pocket. Okay, so we have the front, we have a back. Where did my circle butt pants go? Here's my circle butt pants. And I do have the other gore left, so I will make another one of those. But I think I will use this scrap to make some giant pockets. Because I can. I mean, why are you going to make yourself your own clothes and not give yourself giant chicken pockets? Or I just make like a big trough pocket. Not like that though. I'd have to like fix the bottom. Just make a giant trough. Yeah, I think I want a trough. Can maybe sew it down the middle so it doesn't fall open, or give it a button or a snap. Okay, let's do this. I really hope that this angle is not absolutely horrible. I suspect it's a little bit horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, so we have, okay, it still vaguely has a butt, so let's try and cut the butt out. So I apologize to any experienced sewers out there who are like, that I am pure chaos today. Place your bets as to how many needles I'm going to break when I sew this up. Every project I break at least one, it seems. So I'm thinking 3 or 4. We'll find out. Well, I was about to cut the back piece out of the last gore that I had mistakenly cut earlier, when I realized that it would be a really good idea to keep that so that I could use that to make fabric, so I could use that as a pattern to make a gored skirt in the future out of a different fabric, or possibly even to use it as a pattern to cut out the Sherpa lining and line this sucker with Sherpa, which will be way too hot and heavy and so comfy. So, I don't know, I'll have to see. I only have 2 yards of the Sherpa, so I don't think that'll be enough. And I really want the straps to be lined. I mean, yeah, so we'll do that first. So I'm not going to do this whole thing. I think I'll mark on this where I stop. And did I lose my chalk again? I just had it. Anyway, there it is. Okay. So chalk in hand. And I'm going to go to here. So make some circle butt shorts. Transferred the line by just pressing them together, and that worked. And And then I'm gonna get up off of this seam because it's a little bit heavy. And if I include those in where I don't need them, then I'm gonna be breaking a lot of sewing machine needles. And we don't want that. We really want to be breaking sewing machine needles. So it's a bad habit I need to break. Okay. Shoot! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that was done. And my pizza's about ready, so I might just finish snipping this and get back to this problem later. Alright. Is it great? No. Is it the best I can do with what I have? Sure. Okay. I'll flip this out inside out if I have time before my pizza's ready. But if I don't, I'm gonna go eat pizza. And, there's my pizza. Meh. Alright. I ate my pizza. It was delicious. So I just used a little hammer to help me turn this inside out. Not my best work. Not my best work, but yeah, it's done. See, this is where I totally hacked it up. We still have a little hole, but other than that, it just, no, it's a little decorative stitching, and I totally meant to do that. Smart thing would probably be to do some top stitching. The smart thing would probably be to do some top stitching around this. It looks a bit like like an octopus tentacle, almost like a little tentacle-y. Should put little blob blob blob. So now, got to do the bib. So I probably will just fold that so it doesn't get in the way and just stitch it down. This thread will show, but I can't be bothered to switch to my black thread because I don't know if the black thread will be a whole lot better, and I only have white thread and black thread. So, okay, I was thinking about folding that over again, but this is just way too thick. So we haven't broken any needles yet, and that would definitely break a bunch. Alright, so we have the front bib done. Do I want to put the pocket here? No, it's too awkward with my boobies there. Just not really sure that I want the pocket right in the front either. So I might end up doing pockets on the side. I might save the pockets for last. Day 2. I'm going to top stitch this because I was thinking about it, and with the way that I'm planning on doing the waistband, like there's going to be top stitching on that, so we might as well just make it a feature. We've got one piece of the waistband ready, and I have found the middle of it minus the hem, and now I've marked that, and then I'm going to find the middle of the back piece and the front piece, and I'm going to put those on there. And then, is that really the middle? Double check. I know it's a first for this project, but I'm going to double check. I mean, it looks like the middle. And then I will sew those down. One of the things that I'm trying to be mindful of is hiding the seams wherever I can, because I want this to be very sensory friendly, so I don't want there to be anything that will aggravate my skin. This is primarily going to be worn when I'm having a day where I can't really wear anything else. So I am going to do the side seam for each of the waistbands so that when I put them together, the side seam will be in the middle of the garment, in the middle of the waistband. So I'm not going to sew the bottom right now, I'm just going to sew around the top, because we'll save the bottom for when the skirt is done and we can sandwich the skirt and hide that seam, because that seam tends to be especially bulky. At least the way I do it. I was able to put this over my head, so that's good. That indicates that the skirt should at least go over my head. If I'm not able to step into it, at least. I think it's fine, I don't have to worry about a waist opening closure. It's plenty loose right here, and these straps are really squishy, so it desperately needs to be ironed, which I would only be doing for you, because this is not the sort of thing that I'm going to iron ever. I don't really iron. So what I need to do with this now is add some cam snaps, so then I can snap this up. It's loose and comfy, and then figure out if I have enough Sherpa to line the skirt. I mean, okay, honestly that's not enough to do the lining, so we'll just work on the bottom thing. I want it to come up probably about here, so it'll look like a ruffle. Okay. So it'll need to be about this long. No. Okay, I'm running out of steam, and I don't really want to be sewing right now, but I also don't have a lot of time to do this because we have a child who's done. Oh yeah, okay. in distance learning, so I don't think I'm gonna have any time really to do this. And tomorrow I'll probably just have time to maybe do some final shots and whatnot. So I'm gonna get it done today, at least the sewing part. So we press on. I'm gonna try and give this small of a seam allowance as I can manage, because we're gonna be pretty tight on the fabric. Snaps. Ta-da! The hem the hem could be better. I think if I added some elastic to it so it would be tighter, it would be better, or if I put in a lot more snaps, but that would interfere with the coziness. And this project, we don't let things interfere with the coziness. I ironed this for you. I still haven't figured out where to put a pocket, so that might happen at some future date. Right now, kind of just enjoying this. I think I might need to make another version without the shirt buff, except for shoulders, because obviously cushion. But yeah, this turned out pretty like swishy. I think I figured out the pocket that it needs. I'm gonna do like a tie-on pocket, but instead of tying it on, I'm gonna just sew it into the waistband, or maybe snap it into the waistband. Probably sew it. I don't really want to make a bunch of bias tape, so I'm gonna see what all I can do by just sewing things down. And yeah, let's make a pocket. So now we have this pocket. We can get our hand in and out. So here we have the waistband. I think I'm gonna see if I can just undo the stitching, and then how big does this need to be? The other option is I just use snaps to put it in, and then the pocket can come off. I was a little worried about the weight, but I think maybe 3 snaps will hold it. Yeah, I don't wanna mess with undoing and redoing stitches. So now all we have left is snap. put it on and see how that is. So now we have what is kind of a pinafore dress. I could have moved that over a little bit more. I suppose I still could since it's just snaps. But at least we got a pocket. Never mind supper on it from yesterday. Okay. And then one thing that I can do if I just can't handle clothes that day, but I still need to wear something. Oh, I suppose this would work better if these straps are a little bit shorter. But yeah, so it can also work up high. This is just, you know, pure lounging around the house mode. 2 modes with the straps up here. We have a low and high, and then the skirt bottom gives us walking and lounge mode.
You're not gonna fit in my pocket. You're not gonna fit in my pocket.
Want to say hi? Hi, boy. Yeah.
She my Muppet chicken. Yeah, are you a Muppet? You a Muppet chicken? Oh, feel that crop? You've been having some snacks.
No, don't poop on me. Okay. Big enough to fit a Nintendo Switch. Not big enough to fit a chicken.